Like us who are on like a path of self-improvement and discipline, I would rate the book is phenomenal. I have not met other people whose rate of growth is as quick as people like ours. The kind of
Are you settling? I just have to document real quick. My girls went to pick up her brother from HEB and dropping him off at his house or whatever, groceries, whatever. So this is odd that on her day off, I have time alone like this. But yesterday I went to a job downtown San Antonio, and when the manager of night shift, even during orientation, he said, tell your ride to be here at, 3:25 a.m. because, like, we get out on time and we dip, and he's like, and I don't think that you want to be around here around that time of night. What's crazy is I had a plan, because I came from the bus. My plan was to go just back the route that I came, and I told myself to run the whole way to actually get downtown. And what's crazy is, like, when I got off the bus, I told myself to walk to the job, because I had like an hour, and I know me, I could have made it. And so but then I saw school getting out, and I was like, oh, I don't want to fucking pass in front of it. Even though I know, like, this is downtown, just fucking go to the other street, walk past the school on the back end, and then go back to the street you need to be on. Like, I knew this. I'm an adult. But I was like, oh, no, I'm not. Because there's all these kids getting out of school or whatever. Because it's like 4 p.m., and so I turn around and I go back to the bus stop, and when I get there, now there's people on the bench. Like, there was no one there when I first got there. And then, like, I'm fucking looking at the map like, oh, how far away is it? Like a bitch. I could have just gone to Google Maps. I was still on the Via Bus map, so I didn't know how many miles it was. Because like, I didn't know the distance. It's right up the... But if I had known the distance and it just said, like, 3 miles or 4 miles or some shit, because that's probably what it was, I would have been like, oh, shit, okay. It's probably less than that, bro. We're downtown. Like, it's close as fuck. Because then I waited 20 minutes for the fucking bus. The bus comes. It's packed as shit, so I don't even sit, like, in the back like I like to. It's all crowded as fuck, so I sit in the front. And then the bus stop was only, like, 3 stops, literally. And then I got off, and I was like, what the fuck? I waited 20 minutes for that? Like, nigga, I definitely could have walked this in an hour and 20 minutes. Like, I don't know the distance. I need to look it up now, because I got to know. But, yeah, bro, like, that shit was fucking gay, bro. Anyway, the work was challenging, bro. And I just had these thoughts, like, and the fact that the manager was in the Marines, I thought, okay, I like this dude. He's cool. And, yeah, anyway, the work was cool, bro. I fucked with it, It was high speed, high intensity, like people yelling like, no, don't do this wrong. But something clicked near the end where I was like, okay, action time, we gotta go fast. we gotta go fast. And it was challenging to a degree, you know? And at first I had this bitch voice saying, I don't want to do this. And then something came over me, and I was like, I don't give a fuck. Fucking do this shit. And I was just envisioning something, because like you could tell it was downtown, because the people, but they were cool, you know. But you could just tell. I was just grateful, bro. I was like, I'm in such a good position, bro. Like in life, like. And at first, I was thinking like, you know, why did I have to do this? But even something that the military man said stuck with me, because he was like, what the fuck? Did someone just walk in my house? The man from the Marines was like, oh, when you're working, don't be thinking, oh my god, my life sucks, I don't get paid enough, this boss is a mean person, my girlfriend is crazy. Like, he's like, don't think about all that shit. And that's interesting, because that got me through the night. And it was like a spices for assembly line place, and it's cranking out like crazy, bro. I was thinking like, wow, Amazon's better compared to this. Like, but it was crazy, it was intense, you know what I'm saying? But near the end, something clicked, and I fucking went ballistic, bro. And I understand, like, I'm still learning, but like, I liked both roles in the first, and it's because in the first half they had me upstairs, and it's heavy lifting because these barrels of spices are like 200 pounds, like 250, and then they have the 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 big sacks that are 500 pounds, 1,000 pounds, and like you can't dump that into the grate, so you gotta scoop it out and shit. And the guy was like, but I was thinking like I wouldn't give a fuck, I'd fucking scoop all night. So to go from that to break, when we came back from break, me and the other new guy switched. We switched, and he went upstairs, and I stayed down there. And like just the intensity change was crazy. I went from sitting around to moving constantly, but having to move fast as shit. Near the end, I didn't fuck with it, but I kept telling myself, like, this is what you've been training for, to be mentally strong and to tell yourself that you're unstoppable. And I was like, fuck that, because I was having that bitch voice. That bitch voice was telling me, like, oh, I can't do it, this isn't for me. And then I was like, no, fuck that, I'm gonna be best at this job, I'm gonna be better, I'm gonna be good, I'm gonna get better every time I come. You know, and I still wasn't perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I just realized I had to be in that zone. And at first I was being a little baby boy. Because I was like, oh, Amazon fucking doesn't do this. Amazon. I had, like, in Amazon, they remind you to drink water, like, every hour or something. I was like, it's been, no, like, or 30 minutes or whatever. I was like, it's been 2 hours I haven't drinking water. Anyway. The big news is really that, like, after I got off, I had a plan to, like, run back to the bus stop and then just run to a few blocks to get downtown. And then I didn't go the way that I knew I wanted to go. So I ended up walking in circles. And then, like, I know for a fact, like, the last few people and the manager saw me walking. But if I had done my original plan, like, nobody would have seen me like that. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't have hesitated. And I would have just dipped out like I knew I was supposed to do. And then I didn't go the way that I originally planned. And so I was like, oh, I'm lost. So I went to, like, a popular street that I knew of, because it goes throughout the whole town. Like, even to, like, another end. Anyway. But I'm like, oh, I'll just go to this popular name town. Not even knowing where the fuck I'm at. And I see a homeless man. I say he's homeless, but I don't know who. And he's just walking. And I'm walking in the middle of the street like a jackass. Like, just la-di-da-da. No direction. And this nigga starts cussing. He starts cussing and shit. And I know he's talking to me, bro. And, like, something happens. And I just something clicks and I start running. Yeah, I just start running, B. And, it's cold. Like, it hasn't been that cold in a minute. And I breathed in all this cold air. And I was just freaking out. Like, and I was like, why can't I breathe right now? I'm like, all this fucking, like, training you do and you can't run like this? I was like, damn, bro. If this was life and death, like, if that nigga was actually coming after you, because I knew he wasn't, I just started running. Or even after I started running, I just kept going for like a block or two. I was like, damn, bro. If he was actually after you, like, he would have caught you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it could have been worse than what. But God bless. And just, I had a reaction, and I called my girl. And she picked me up that moment. It's fucking 4 in the morning, 4:15, bro. So, that was really a trip. Yeah, that was a fucking trip for me, bro. It's crazy. Yeah, so that was just a weird night. It's fucking weird. And it's like, I don't know if tonight I'm gonna go back, because my girl doesn't want me to go, because, like, that was a crazy experience, bro. She's like, nah. But that shit was weird, man.